on pick. They got Connecticut pick, but again, Connecticut pick probably won't be a top 3 pick because in the WNBA, the rule is you have to be bad for consecutive years in order for you to get a top pick or a good chance of getting a top pick. So that's out. And on top of that, you don't even have a 2027 pick. How you don't have a 2027 pick, man? That's the Juju draft. So you don't have a pick for next year and a year after that.
The Chicago Sky organization is in a difficult spot, sitting at a disappointing 7-6 record that casts serious doubt on general manager Jeff Pagoka's decision-making and the overall direction of the franchise. The team's current struggles highlight a breakdown at every level of the organization, calling for immediate accountability. Pagoka's roster construction has been disastrous, despite his confident off-season claims of playoff potential and carefully planned strategies. Instead, the roster stands out as one of the weakest in recent memory. His attempts to place blame on head coach Tyler Marsh and star player Angel Reese only further reveal a troubling unwillingness to take responsibility for his own personnel choices.
Juju draft. So you don't have a pick for next year and a year after that in the Juju draft. I mean, come on, bro. Like, this organization is a complete joke. They're a joke. This fool, I knew he was a fool when he traded Marina Mabry for 2 guaranteed contracts that wasn't getting playing time. Now, I give you this. Rachel Banner, she's playing a lot better this year, no doubt. I like how Rachel Banner playing. But you trade for Mo Jefferson?
The franchise's fixation on acquiring Courtney Vandersloot has backfired badly. Pager went to great lengths to bring her in, only to let her dominate possessions and shift from a true point guard into more of a volume scorer. This change has disrupted both team chemistry and offensive rhythm, playing a major role in the Sky's struggles. On top of that, the decision to trade away Kalia Copper for Ariel Atkins, while possibly a smart move for the future, raises serious questions about timing and necessity. The team could have pursued Atkins in free agency while keeping Copper for another season, preserving depth without losing proven talent. Instead, this rushed roster-building strategy has pushed the franchise's timeline forward in a way that doesn't match its current trajectory.
This year, no doubt. I like how Rachel Banner playing. But you trade for Mo Jefferson? Mo Jefferson making close to $200K. I'm glad she's getting the money, but damn. The only person eating off that deal is Mariah Jefferson. Because Chicago ain't getting their bang for the buck. So that's that. And then your draft picks. None of your draft picks make sense. None of these draft picks make sense.
The draft capital situation may be the most damaging legacy of Pagoka's tenure. The Sky no longer hold their own 2026 first-round pick after trading it away for Dana Evans, and the loss of their 2027 selection is even more costly, as that class is expected to feature elite prospects. These short-sighted moves have stripped the franchise of future flexibility and limited its rebuilding options. Poor draft decisions have only made matters worse. While Camila Cardoso is a talented player, her selection created an unnecessary positional overlap with Angel Reese. On top of that, using picks on an overseas prospect unlikely to contribute right away, as well as on Kustar Gondik despite his injury, squandered valuable development opportunities and roster space.
These draft picks make sense. You draft Siska. What is Siska going to bring to this organization? What is the point of drafting Siska when she's a 4? She's a 4, man. She's not a 3. You already got Angel. You already got Camilla. You don't need more bigs. The fool draft Siska, a player overseas on top of that. It ain't even playing this year.
The hiring of Tyler Marsh as head coach looks like a poor fit for the team's current makeup and long-term needs. Though he was touted as a sharp tactical thinker, his lack of head coaching experience makes him better suited for guiding an established veteran roster rather than overseeing the growth of young players. The Sky's 4-7 home record and repeated blowout defeats point to deep coaching and preparation problems that go far beyond talent gaps. Player development has particularly suffered under this regime. Despite replacing the previous staff with a so-called development specialist, players like Chendi Carter have regressed, forcing ill-advised three-point attempts, turning the ball over, and struggling on defense. This underscores the collapse of both the developmental system and coaching philosophy. Meanwhile, Angel Reese has become both the franchise's greatest asset and its heaviest burden. She is expected to serve simultaneously as the face of the franchise, team leader, top recruiter, and public spokesperson, all while receiving little structural support from management. Her attempts to attract free agents and keep morale high go far beyond what should be asked of a rookie. Yet the organization has failed to build a roster strong enough around her. Her recent back injury only further exposes the franchise's lack of foresight and inability to protect its cornerstone player. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe my channel for more awesome content. Thanks. The organization's treatment of Angel Reese borders on exploitation, expecting her to perform at a franchise player level while providing her with substandard organizational support. Her professionalism and team-first mentality disguise the harsh reality that management has failed to build a competitive environment worthy of her talent and potential. Looking ahead, the franchise has few realistic options for quick improvement. With no meaningful draft capital and limited appeal in free agency, Chicago is forced to depend on internal development and patience. Yet, given the current leadership's track record, these improvements appear unlikely. Accountability at the highest level is urgently needed. Jeff Pagoka's continued employment signals an acceptance of failure and dysfunction that risks wasting prime years of Reese's career while further eroding the franchise's credibility and long-term competitiveness. Without sweeping leadership changes, the Sky face a prolonged era of mediocrity and even the possible departure of their cornerstone player. The team's downward trajectory suggests that minor tweaks will not be enough. What's required is a complete organizational restructuring. The Sky's current state is not just disappointing but damaging to the standards of professional basketball. Their recent performances can fairly be described as disgraceful to the sport itself. While injuries and the absence of key personnel provide some context, these issues cannot excuse the scale and manner of their defeats, especially given the supposed talent on the roster. Uncertainty also surrounds the future of several players, particularly Maddie Westbeld. Despite her high draft stock, her final season at Notre Dame was underwhelming, raising questions about her long-term fit within the franchise. Arriving with pre-existing injury concerns, Maddie Westbeld's current play has fallen short of WNBA standards. This does not mean she lacks future potential. Her sister's delayed but successful entry into the league at age 29 shows that development timelines can vary. Still, as of late July 2025, Westbeld's performance does not justify a roster spot. Hailey Van Lith has also struggled, barely qualifying as a legitimate WNBA contributor. Her skill set would likely not secure her a place on most other rosters. Rachel Banham provides occasional sparks but lacks the court vision needed for point guard responsibilities, though she contributes within her limited role. Elizabeth Eubank, however, offers steady backup production in the front court and has proven reliable in her role. Camila Cardoso's situation deserves closer examination. Despite her reputation, her actual impact remains questionable. Defensive lapses, including being blocked by smaller guards such as Skylar Diggins, raise concerns about her fundamentals. At 24 years old, older than established players like Aliyah Boston, she cannot lean on youth as an excuse. With most players reaching their prime around 25 to 26, Cardoso's inconsistencies are troubling. In fact, statistical evidence suggests the team performs better when she is off the floor. Lineups featuring Eubank and Angel Reese in the front court showed greater chemistry and effectiveness, while Reese's absence causes a much more significant disruption than Cardoso's. The loss of Ariel Atkins remains a major blow, but other role players have also underwhelmed. Michaela Onyenwere, despite starting regularly, has failed to deliver meaningful contributions. Controversy erupted when Robert Griffin III claimed Angel Reese resented constant comparisons to Caitlin Clark, citing an unnamed source. Reese denied the report, calling it fabricated, and Shaquille O'Neal publicly defended her with a threatening video aimed at Griffin. O'Neal's remarks sparked backlash, with critics questioning his aggressive tone, his role in women's basketball discourse, and potential risks to his business partnerships. The dispute highlighted broader concerns about media responsibility, source credibility, and how women's sports are covered.